here goes nothing. What? Oh, it was just a dream. You know what? I should skate today. But that would mean going outside. Outside. Wait, I can just play my Tony Hawk Ride board now. Finally, I get to play this after years of being under my bed. Tony Hawk's Ride, the final attempt to mix things up a bit in the Tony Hawk series before truly dying. Until the remakes brought it back a bit. But anyways, you don't play this game with a controller. That's for normies. You play this with your feet on the skateboard accessory, of course. And the first step is to set it up. Just connect the dongle, turn the board on. Good old Tony Hawk. Now all you have to do is follow the instructions, then you'll be on your way to simulating that you're skating from the comfort of your home with the AC. I got the Wii version of the game, and guess what? The board would not connect to the console. Perhaps a dongle issue? So after some attempts, I decided to return the thing and get it on the Xbox 360. No dongle required. Alright Xbox, do your thing. The 360 connected right away to the board, so it was looking good. It was time to calibrate the board.
This is probably the easiest thing you'll do all day. Almost there. Got it. We didn't quite get it. Let's try again. The sensors are first.
Well, you can't expect it to work on the first try. After all, this game is 15 years old.
Easiest thing you'll do all day. Almost there. Got it. We didn't quite get it. Let's try again.
This is the easiest thing you'll do all day.
Almost there. Got it.
I could not get this thing to connect to the board. So I looked online for some help and found all sorts of complaints and some solutions. I tried moving all the furniture out of the living room.
What the?
I can explain. I tried other tricks like elevating the board a bit to help out the sensors, putting the board in another room completely, taping over the sensors, dimming the lights, mixing new and old batteries. I even tried reading the board a bedtime story. I tried all the tricks for days, and I gave up. I had no choice but to buy another board. This time, I decided to give the Wii version another try with a dongle in a better condition. The board connected to the dongle first try, but I knew the calibration was the true test.
This is probably the easiest thing you'll do all day. Almost there. Got it. Great. Step one, done.
First try again? It was that easy? All this time? Finally, I can play the game. And it's garbage. Tutorials, am I right? You usually want to skip them, but then later on you're trying to figure out how to play. The tutorial here is almost unpassable because the board is very sensitive, and you're tasked with doing different things. Luckily, you can skip forward once you think you got the hang of it. And by the hang of it, I mean, well, let me explain the way you control the board. Okay, so I set up two cameras here so you can see my movement, and okay, third camera, I guess, the top of a board. Anyways, so first you gotta get on a board with your left or right foot. I don't need a dongle camera. What? Okay, no more cameras, no more cameras, good with the first two. Okay, that one doesn't even make sense. Okay, stop, no more, give me that. Alright, as I was saying, you get on the board depending on your stance. In my case, I'm Mickey's friend, coincidentally the one with the skateboard movie. And to push on the board, you put your foot off to the side. To ollie, you just tilt the board back and forward. And to do flip tricks, you lean on the board once you ollie. So pretty simple, somewhat similar to real skating. Since skating in real life, well, let me just show you again. You ollie by popping the board down with your back foot, and you just scrape your front foot to bring the board up. And a kickflip is the same concept, but you kind of scrape towards the front of the board and to the side to flip the board. Then bring your feet back onto the board and land on top to perform the trick. See, I still got it, and I'm definitely not out of breath after just one flip trick or anything. Back on the Tony Hawk board, you can see why they had to make the controls the way they are. If you had to actually flip the board and whatnot, and first of all, it'd be difficult to play, and also, you might as well just be skating. But make no mistake, you will still break a sweat while playing this game. The game has a single player and a party mode, which is basically multiplayer where you have to connect two boards. Two boards? Two boards? It was hard enough to connect one. The single player mode has a campaign that's called Road Trip, where it has you going to different locations and completing the modes in the game, which include a speed session that involves you trying to go through the location as fast as you can. The way the game plays, you basically are always moving forward automatically after that initial push, and then you can lean on the board to slightly turn in any direction, but your character will keep going through the allocated line, if you will. There are different times in the map where you can change the course of your trajectory, and all you have to do is choose an arrow when they appear. You can perform many tricks as you want, and you can collect the time power-ups to help your times, or sometimes the opposite. In trick mode, it's a high score based mode, and now your mission is to hit a certain score to grab more points in the level. The different locations, characters, and items in the game are unlocked by the points you get in each level, and there's a total of 500 to collect in the road trip part of the game. As you go through the level, you'll perform the tricks in the game as I mentioned before. You ollie by tilting the back of the board up, and flip tricks by leaning your back foot in any direction. You can also manual by tilting your board back again, but slowly, and it'll start a manual in the game, which is basically a wheelie. Each location is split into levels. Southern California has Venice Beach, LA River, Venice Beach Halfpipe, and the Vans Downtown Showdown. Each sub-location in a destination has the 4 modes I've been mentioning, and in challenge mode you get tasked with challenges like doing a specific trick over something or manualing things. Basically, you have to perform combos that the game gives you to earn points. There's also a free skate mode in each location if you just want to skate around. Now each destination has 100 points spread across the sub-levels and the game modes, and it looks to be about around 70 points to unlock the next destination. Besides the street skating, you can also do vert skating, aka ramps, half pipes, the Tony Hawk type of skating. First, you have to position your board parallel to the screen instead of perpendicular, and here the controls are a bit different. You can stall by tilting your board right before the top of the ramp, same with a no stall. Once you're in the air, you can twist your board to turn, and the sensors on the sides of the board are used to do grabs. But unfortunately, I can't tell if it's because this game is over 15 years old, and who knows how used this board was, or if the game is just bad that the sensors don't seem to work. But I'm leaning towards the latter, because the sensors have a mind of their own. The game does grab tricks whether I do them or not. Now on the internet, I can see this game wasn't well received, and it pretty much flopped. In every mission, you do have videos like this one.
Meter by pumping up the crowd. Keep them pumped.
Hey man, I'll meet you down Lower Wacker Drive.
Classic street skating with its own vert area for all those vert skaters out there.
Top of the gallery from inside the bottom section.
Okay, according to this message I just got, you're heading out to Germany. Apparently Scheckler's been out there for some reason scouting out some spots.
Schnitzel.
Your turn to land something that I gotta copy.
Gnarly tricks, dude. You should subscribe to the channel. And if you remember the sidekick like me, here, put this on your back. In total, you can unlock Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, Barcelona, Frankfurt, and the last location in Japan, which unfortunately I didn't get to unlock because the game is very hard to play with those terrible controls. Let me explain again. Each location has the levels I mentioned, and as you progress through the game, naturally it gets harder, so the points to unlock another location or a level in a location gets harder as well. But before I continue with all the negative talking points I keep bringing up, I do want to mention the good. The overall goal of the game is admirable. It does a good job of immersing you, and for a few seconds here and there, where it all clicks into place, it was really fun. I felt like I was actually in sync with what was being shown on the screen, but that was very, very rare. I know in a perfect world, with an actual working board that read my moves perfectly, this would be an amazing game. Imagine this in VR, but alas, it's so bad it makes the board control worse because it's just frustrating. The hardest mode is the challenge mode, because you have to perform specific tricks and combos. At first, they're all easy, like ollie off a ramp and grind this rail, and later on the challenges are more robust, like varial kickflip these stairs and nollie heel flip over this, for example, which is hard to perform on this board due to the unreliable sensors. As you might have already seen, most of the tricks I'm doing are not reflected on what's happening on the screen. A simple ollie is always some sort of grab. The only trick I can perform accurately is a double kickflip. So points in the challenge mode were hard to come by, and every location also had a sort of a boss battle. One of them was racing somebody in a level, another one was manualing to clear a gap. Then, in the second to last location, I had to play a game of skate against Nigel Houston. So, I was done. I was going to lose. Skate is basically like horse in basketball. Someone performs a trick and you have to copy it successfully, or you get a letter. In this case, the word skate. And you lose when you get all the letters. The game can barely calibrate my board, and now I have to beat a professional skater in a game of skate? I didn't give up though, and it was close. He got 3 letters, SKA. I'm not kidding when I say I played this level for over an hour. You see, at first, you get a few tries to land the trick, then after a few rounds it goes down to only 1 try each. My opponent kept messing up hard tricks, and I was able to land a few tricks that he failed, hence the SKA. I even tried using my hands. But the game kept going by giving us ollies or nollies which we both kept landing, or a hard trick we both kept missing. The screen had to load back and forth, and it was torture. The inaccurate sensors messing the tricks up, the game giving us easy tricks like ollies that Nija never failed. So why was it giving us easy tricks like that? Round after round. 47 rounds. 47 rounds just to lose. I had the ring light spotlight on me for the entire time I recorded it in one go. I was like SpongeBob and Patrick under the heat lamp. It was the most agonizing level I have ever done in a game.
Those sensors are going to be super calibrated in a bit.
Meter by
This is
pumping up the
probably
crowd.
the easiest thing you'll do all day. This is probably the easiest thing you'll do all day. This is probably the easiest thing you'll do.
You know what? I'm done. I'm gonna go skate in real life. Alright, I'm gonna hitch a ride on the back of my car. Alright, hit the gas. Wait a minute. If this is the ride board, then that means... Uh-oh.
This is probably the easiest thing you'll do.